never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in long conversations, oh. Cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.
Welcome to this week's bump update. It's your girl Nats, and I hope everyone is happy, healthy, and doing okay. Alright, so we're kind of making some progress, you guys. The weeks are flying by. It is so crazy how fast the weeks are going in this pregnancy. I cannot believe I am almost halfway cooking baby. But let's get into the details of this video. This week is my 19-week bump update. Yeah, 19 weeks, 5 months pregnant. It is crazy. I cannot believe. And you probably hear me say this in every video, but I swear to you, I feel as if the time is flying by. And even Adam feels the same way, so I know I'm not crazy. Alright, so let's jump straight into the date and how far along I am, which you already heard. I am 19 weeks pregnant this week. Today is Sunday. It is the last day of me being in my 19th week. So tomorrow, Monday, July 12th, I will be 20 weeks. I'll basically be halfway through my pregnancy, and that is like crazy, you guys. Like, it's crazy. Believe it or not, it is super crazy. As for baby stats this week, the app says that baby is the size of a mango. This is it, right? So baby is the size of a mango, and its length is 6 inches long, and it weighs about 8 ounces. So guys, considering where we started these bump updates, like baby is gaining some pounds, and I can really tell because I'm getting bigger by the day. I swear I feel like a whale, and I'm not even as close to how big I will get throughout this pregnancy. So yeah, baby is growing and everything is looking up. I have my next appointment in maybe 2 weeks, so we'll check in then to see like how the baby is weighing in and so on. But as for developments this week, you guys, the big thing is that vernix is now developing on baby's skin. So if you have been pregnant before, if you've been through childbirth before, then you know what vernix is. It's that scale looking white thing that's on baby's skin when they're just born. It is really used to protect them inside the womb, being in all of that water for 9 months, you know. So vernix is developing over baby's skin this week, and the app says that this is really made from hair, baby's hair, that longo thing that the baby was developing a couple weeks back, oil from the baby's glands, and dead skin cells. So it sounds pretty gross, but once it's protecting baby, I'm all for it, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's the big thing for this week. Baby is developing some vernix. As for my body changes, the app is telling me to expect leg cramps, which, oh my god, feeling baby's kicks this week. And yeah, those were the 2 big things that the app was telling me to look out for in terms of body changes. I am so hot right now. Let us move on to best moments of this week. And this week was filled with a lot of good moments. Was it this week that we found out the gender, or last week? I think it was last week, so you guys would have heard that in last week's update. But yeah, we are speaking to our family. We are kind of planning the gender reveal now and getting our family involved. So we'll be announcing the gender to our family and closest friends before putting it out on social media and YouTube and all of that stuff. So we're in the process of planning that. We have been really just preparing. We made a baby registry list, and that is one of the things that I love about my husband, is that I am not doing it all alone. Like, he's pretty much involved in everything from baby list, what baby needs, all of that stuff. He's just really there, you know, supporting me and giving me his opinions and so on. My camera is dying. What a good time. Wow. Alright, we are back. So as I was saying, my husband is pretty involved in all of the planning and the preparation and stuff that's going on. So I'm really grateful for that. And just good things. Everything is kind of, you know, falling into place. We have a plan of action. We know exactly what we're doing in terms of bringing baby, welcoming baby, eventually leaving Japan with baby. All of that stuff, we kind of have a plan. And if you know me personally, then you know that plans and knowing what's coming next is very important for me. So having a plan and just the blueprint to moving forward, it really makes this girl happy. Having a really hard time filming because I had to just change my memory card just now. So I lost my train of thought. But the worst moment of this week, I had a bit of high anxiety levels and a wave of fear and depression came over me. And I'm telling you guys this because it happens, and not because you are happy being pregnant doesn't mean that you do not have days that are extremely hard. And many of us may get ridiculed, you know, just people bashing us like, you know what you were getting yourself into when you get pregnant. But the truth of the matter is we are humans and we go through moments, you know, and even when you're in a moment of gratefulness, there can still be fear and anxiety and depression, and it's all normal and it's okay. So I am telling you this just in case you are feeling the same way. I'm here to tell you that you're not alone. I am right there with you, girl, if you're going through the same thing. So basically what happened this week was that I was happy, you know, doing things, and then I had a break and I was scrolling through Instagram reels and I saw a reel, and basically the audio of the reel was saying, show a point in your life where you were at your worst and no one noticed. And the person's reel that I was watching, the person was showing herself being like a new mom, and there were clips of her bathing her baby, breastfeeding, just looking sad and, you know, tired and all of that stuff. And the song the song that was playing to it was like it made it even worse in terms of emotions. And I was watching the reel on repeat for at least 3 minutes, and it was just, you know, going over and over, and it just made me think. It made me think like, what if I'm going to hate being a mom? Like, what if I cannot do it right? Like, what if I don't know what to do if the baby is crying for too long? Or what if the baby is fed? What if the baby is changed? All of that stuff and the baby is still crying. Like, how do I know what to do? Will I be overwhelmed? Will I cry? Will I hate it? Will I love it? All of those emotions started flooding in my mind, and it was a disaster. I burst out in tears right in front of my husband, and it took about 3 hours for me to like calm down a bit and be able to go to bed. But I'm just saying this to say to you that if you are going through any of this kind of feeling, it is very normal. Nothing is wrong with you. I know you still love your baby because I love my baby, but especially when you're a first-time mom, you're walking into a world of unknown. So many unknown. Like, I feel as if this is the biggest change that I will ever have in my life. Like, getting married, I didn't feel like this. Going to college, I didn't feel like this. Graduating, moving to Japan from Jamaica, I didn't feel like this, but I feel like this now. And that is just simply because this is the biggest change in my life. Like, this is forever, you know. So a lot of thoughts go through your mind, and this week that surfaced for me, and I am so grateful to have had my husband in that moment, because even though I wasn't talking through what I was feeling, I think he knows, because on and off I have voiced how fearful I am of like becoming a mom, just because I like to know what to expect and like what to do in certain situations. And of course, being a mom, babies are not predictable, because not all babies are the same, you know what I mean? So he knows that I struggle with a little bit of fear here and there, in regards to becoming a mom. So I guess when he saw me crying, he obviously knew that that fear was what was triggering my sadness at the time. But yeah, that happened this week. I went there to the stage of just being depressed and wondering, you know, what my life will look like in the next 5 years, all of that stuff. And I don't know if you've ever been depressed before, but as a person who has suffered from depression in the past, when you're sad in a particular moment, it brings up other feelings of sadness that triggers you to just not stop crying and feeling bad for yourself. So even though in that moment, what triggered me was, you know, seeing the pictures of postpartum life and seeing somebody looking not at their best, and I started to worry about or think about if that's what postpartum will be for me. And of course, everything else that ever made me sad in life started surfacing, like I didn't get that job, or I need to make more money, and then everything becomes a problem, and it just gets really overwhelming in the moment. So yeah, sadness triggers sadness, depression trigger depression. It's a never-ending cycle if you cannot like snap out of it. So I want you to know, if you're feeling that type of way, you are not alone. And if you want somebody to talk to, send me a DM over on Instagram. I am open. I am willing to have conversations and encourage you, because your girl also needs encouragement. Okay, all right, moving on to my symptoms and sickness for this week. And the number one symptom this week, round ligament pain. Wow, I swear, like, the pregnancy symptoms just keep getting worse. Week by week they get worse, and I'm like, wow. Like, every time I go into a new week, I wonder, what kind of symptom is this week going to bring now? Because every week it's like clockwork. One symptom goes, another symptom comes. One symptom goes, another symptom comes. And I think even my people on Instagram, they probably notice, like, some days I'm on Instagram and I'm up and running, and then sometimes they don't see me for a day or 2 days, and I will just not show my face. But those are the days when the symptoms hit me the hardest, and I just cannot show my face. I just have to use text messages to let you guys know that I am still here, just having a rough time. But round ligament pain this week has by far been the thing. The heartburn went away for a bit, haven't felt it in a few weeks, but now if I sit too long and I try to get up, the shooting pain that I feel on my right side mostly, it's crazy. Last night I was trying to get up out of bed to go to the bathroom, and I screamed and woke up my husband, because the pain was so sharp. It felt as if someone jabbed a knife in my side, and my entire right side became paralyzed. It's crazy. Round ligament pain is crazy. It's crazy. So that's what I've been dealing with for this week. Other than that, I haven't been feeling too sick. I feel good. I feel good otherwise. Cravings and or aversions. So cravings, no cravings, but I am realizing that I need to maybe think about the cravings a little bit more, because when I start not wanting something, I realize that, oh, that was a craving, even though it did not feel like a craving. So what I've been telling you guys for the past few weeks is that I typically know what I want to eat whenever I get hungry. So if I'm hungry, I know I want cabbage, or I know I want potato, I know I want a pizza, I know I want chicken. But I think now, looking back, I think I was having cravings for cabbage last week or the last 2 weeks, because I wanted cabbage all the time. My husband makes the best food. You guys, like, in my household, I think he is the best cook of the two of us. We both cook very well, but we have things that we do great at. Like, we each have our individual things. And he cooks the best grown provision. So things like cabbage or tuna, you know, just stuff like that. Tin food, as we call it in Jamaica, and grown provisions, as we call it in Jamaica. Adam makes the best of those. And he made me cabbage maybe 2 weeks ago, and ever since he made me that cabbage, I couldn't stop wanting to eat cabbage. To the point where he asked me, what's for dinner? And I'm like, cabbage. And he's like, I'm not doing this today. So So yeah, it was getting really out of hand. And then this week I bought cabbage on the grocery list, and to be honest, I couldn't care less for cabbage. So now that I look at it, I think I've been having cravings. I have just not seen it, I guess. I'm not paying enough attention. But now that I look at it, yeah, 2 weeks ago cabbage was my thing. This week I couldn't care less for cabbage, but I wouldn't say that I am having an aversion to it. It's just that I've had so much and now I'm onto something new, which I don't know what that new thing is. So I still cannot say I'm craving anything in particular. Weird food combinations. I don't think I have any weird food combinations. I think all is well in that department. I'm not putting weird things together at all. I'm just eating food as plain as they come, just as is, you know. Movement. So yes, I am feeling movement, but it's a different type of movement than I have been feeling over the past couple weeks. So you've heard in my other bump updates where I talk about flutters and like punch and like rolling stones, kind of like bubbling, gas bubbling up inside your belly or something. Those are the kind of movements I'm used to. But I realized this week, because I was starting to say to Adam that, Adam, I'm not feeling the baby moving. I wonder if anything is up. But the more I pay attention to my body and what it's doing and what I'm feeling, I realize that it is still the baby that I'm feeling move, but it's just a different kind of movement. So this week, the kind of movement that I am feeling is like the shift movement. So it's not like a rolling or a punching or a, you know, flying up like this. It's kind of like a weight moves from one side to the next like this. It's like the entire body of the baby is like shifting. So I feel as if a ship is like passing. It's a very strong movement from left to right. It's not like up and down or tumbling over. It's just like I will feel something move from here up or here to the side, something like that. If you've ever been pregnant and you know what I'm talking about, please validate what I'm saying in the comments below. I'm trying my best to explain what I am feeling, but I do not know if I'm explaining it correctly. But yeah, that is the closest explanation I can get to it. It just feels like a weight. It feels like a shift, like something is moving in its entirety from like point A to point B. So that is the kind of movement I have been feeling this week. Next question, am I happy or moody? I would say I am happy, except for the one night when I said I got a little sad after watching that reel. I would say I'm pretty happy. Things are really falling into place and we're putting planet into gear. Baby has a name, like everything is kind of sorting itself out. So that's been putting me in a pretty good mood. So yeah, I've been happy. And is my belly button in or out? At this point, I might as well stop mentioning my belly button in these videos because it's stagnant. It's the same as I have been saying over the past weeks. It's just there. It's just there. It's not in, it's not out. It's on the sidelines trying to decide what to do. Before we wrap up this video, of course we have to give a belly bump shot update and all of that stuff. So let me just get up and show you. I had to turn up the brightness a bit because it got dark. But yeah, I'm wearing some maternity biker shorts that is super big. I got them on Shein. Shein is such a struggle. But yeah, this is the 19-week bump. This is what we have here. Definitely bigger than I have been on the channel so far. This is from the front, and then this is from this side. These are my birthmarks, you guys. I wonder if my baby will have birthmarks too. I don't know, but yeah, this is what 19 weeks is giving me right now. I still feel small sometimes, and it looks this big, but sometimes I tell you, I don't even recognize that I'm pregnant because the sizing, it differs. I still feel small though for like almost halfway through, but I know this is just the beginning and it's going to like shoot up in the coming months, which I am both excited and nervous to see that happen, to be honest. But that is where we're at, and that is it for this week's bump update. I would love to connect with you guys, so please, if you are pregnant, if you have been pregnant, if you're a new mom, a second time mom, please chat with me, chat with us new mamas down in the comments. Follow me on Instagram to keep up with my day-to-day when I am not here on YouTube, of course. Like this video if you did, and also consider subscribing if you like to see more videos like this and homemaking and just general lifestyle videos as a mom. And with that being said, I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.
Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.